Sharks. My name is Mike Gutel. I'm from Metro Detroit, Michigan, and I am seeking a $300,000 investment for 10% equity of a company that has patented technology that's set to disrupt a $50 billion a year global industry. Sharks, I'm talking about the shaving industry. So what's the problem with shaving? We put shaving cream on like this, doing the adverse thing you should be doing. I'm not exfoliating my skin, I'm closing the pores of my face up, and I'm actually matting my hair follicles down. Now I'm gonna go to run my razor over my face, I'm gonna rip it and pull my hairs out, which gives me the razor bumps and burns we all hate. Not only that, look at the mess and the waste this creates. More than half the product I don't even use gets washed down the drain. But this is not how Grandpa shaved. See, with all the advancements in the shaving industry, the one thing that has been overlooked has been the shave brush. But we don't have time for this anymore. This is why we created Legacy Shave, the world's first universal patented shave brush and dispenser all in one. This is a modern shave brush for modern times. Watch how quick and easy this is. One small pump, the product comes right through the brush. Oh, wow. This little bit, this is all you need. Now you apply it to your face or body, you're doing exactly what you should be doing. I'm exfoliating my skin, I'm cleaning out the pores of my face, I'm stimulating my hair follicles, sticking them out and up. Now when I go to run a razor on my face, I get the cleanest, closest shave possible. Goodbye razor bumps and burns, and goodbye mess and waste.
Great job.
But here's the amazing part, Sharks. Legacy Shave fits every single manufacturer out there. Doesn't matter make or model, men or women's, foam or gel cans, even down to the travel sizes.
Very good.
It fits them all. Sharks, I ask you, who wants to use your legacy and join Team Legacy Shave, and let's disrupt the $50 billion a year industry together. Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah.
Best presentation ever, Mike.
Absolutely. That great explanation. I don't have to change the shaving cream that I'm already currently buying, though. The one that I use has like a twist cap on it to so that it prevents more shaving cream from coming out after the fact. So I'm curious to I guess I have to pry that off, the protector off, or I'm not sure how that quite works, unless it's maybe it's just probably all the same mechanism underneath. So just something to think about, but I like the idea. I think, it's great for Movember, right? The whole mustache thing. My wife Melissa does not care for it, by the way. I think it's hilarious. And I think it's for a great cause, being, testicular cancer and all. So, but I think this is great. Hopefully the product doesn't cost too much. Hopefully he's got sales, and hopefully, I mean, they looked past the whole, this market is a blah, blah, blah amount of market. So, clearly Mark's on board, I think, unless he's just, great presentation, but no. I hope not.
Good work, Mike.
Do a couple small, gentle pumps.
Yeah,
Smaller than you think.
there you go. A lot comes out with a little pump.
Bit, Robert. Perfect. That's all you need.
Oh, this is good shaving cream.
It's amazing shaving cream. It's clean ingredients, infused very heavy with aloe.
What do you sell it for?
We sell that for $24.95.
What does it cost you to make?
It cost me $5.39 to make. Just a brush we sell for $19.95.
How did you come up with this?
28 years ago, we gave my dad a gift for Father's Day we thought he would love. See, my dad was a daily shaver, and he always complained about how his electric razor would always give him razor bumps and burns. So my brother and I got him a really expensive old-fashioned shave brush, and he just looks at us and goes, you know what, guys? I'm not gonna be able to use this. It's just not for me. I don't have time for this. Well, crushed and devastated, my brother and I were like, there's gotta be a different way. So the idea came up, well, why don't you just put a brush on that, and now you have a shave brush. We ran to the hardware store. My dad picked up a clay putty that you could mold and form and shape in a disposable paintbrush. Next day we wake up, my dad just comes strutting down the aisle, smiling ear to ear, just like that. And we're like, what are you so happy for? You're never happy in the morning. He goes, don't you two knuckleheads remember the shave brush we invented yesterday? Well, it worked. It's awesome. I've never had a better shave.
That's great.
So my dad, he knew a plastic injection molder. 4 months later, we get 20 prototypes back. And this is where things kind of took a turn for the worse, Sharks. Fear. And it's been documented several times that people have ideas and inventions that they spend money, patents to protect it, their whole entire life savings to bring up with a new idea and concept, only to have the bigger companies rip them off. And it's basically David versus Goliath. And we sat there in fear. And that's basically where it sat for literally 20 years, Sharks. Unfortunately, my dad passed away from cancer.
Sorry.
Years after my dad passed away, my brother and I go down to his basement, and there sits my dad's workbench. I open up those boxes, and Sharks, remember I told you we only thought we had 20 or 30 prototypes? Well, there sat 3,000 of our original prototypes from 28 years ago that my dad had sat and assembled during his chemo treatment time to keep himself busy.
Wow.
He knew we would eventually see this. And Sharks, he left one more thing for us.
What?
A note, a message beyond the grave that said, don't wait, life's short, take the shot.
Wow.
It was at that point in time, my brother and I just looked at ourselves and said, we have to do this. And what is the difference now that was different from 28 years ago? There's a very popular show on TV that gave entrepreneurs a chance to showcase their products to millions of people.
What show is that?
It's Shark Tank.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
And it was
Don't hurt
because
yourself.
the show is out there, my brother and I got the courage to say, you know what, this gives David versus Goliath a chance. You guys are a rock. And the last thing that we wanted to do is to be on our deathbeds wondering what if. And so that's when the process started.
I understand now why you called it Legacy Shave.
Yes.
What a great legacy.
Great call.
Yes. But let's get back into the business. What are
Yes, that is an awesome story. That's really a shame about your dad there, Mike, passing away before ever getting to finalize and see it through. I mean, so many ideas that we have, just don't ever come to fruition. I know I've talked about it on this channel before about, idea books and I got this book. I have 2 other journals, one with my kids that I write in with them, the My Adventure book, where we document what we want to do when we get older here in the book. And then we take a selfie together, and then I have my own personal journal, and then I have my notes on my phone and on my server of all different ideas and things that as they come. But it's, I think that when you have ideas, you have to vet them and really put them to the test as far as what one should you pick, which one, what direction should you go, and which one are you most passionate about, right? What's going to really, give you a reason to get up and be, active with it day after day after day after day. So, we all, just because we can do something doesn't mean we should do something all the time. So I think having those ideas and having them written down and being able to unclutter our minds and then being able to see it so you can see the pieces of the puzzle laid out, days, weeks, months, years, and decades later is really important. Now, I really, really, really hope that the story, continues to take an inspiring turn, and there isn't something detrimental here in the story of the of the story of the business part of the business. I hope that there's some sales, because you're asking for $3 million valuation. I hope that you have some traction already and all that. And you're not pre-sales or something to that effect, because that's 300,000. The higher you go up the scale, the less likely you are to get a deal, even at 10% or 15 or 20%. So I really am pulling for you, Mike. And Mike, I'd love to have you come on the show and tell us your Shark Tank story here. So reach out in the comments down below, and we'll make that happen. And we're going to check out the website at the end.
For this product.
To date, we sold over 100,000 units and did over $1 million in sales.
There you go.
100,000 units.
And that's over what period of time?
5 years.
Give us the sales over the last 5 years, year by year.
Year 1, we did about $70,000.
Did you make any money that year?
We have not.
Okay, year
In
2.
fact, we've been in the red every single year at Sharks.
Year 2.
Year 2, 370,000. Year 3, we did about 390,000.
Last year, what were the sales last year?
Last year was close to $96,000.
And what will they be this year?
So far, we've done $42,000, but we do have a purchase order for $63,000.
The trend is not your friend, Mike. What's going on?
Here's
390, then they start dropping. Why?
We're a family bootstrap startup company. We've taken as far as we can. We are out of money.
How much have you lost over the 5 years?
To date, as a family, we have personally invested over $400,000 into this business. And Sharks, we really try to be a direct-to-consumer product. However, my brother and I, We're trying our best. We're not geniuses behind us, and money's tight.
Mike, let me just interrupt you just for a moment. My large concern with you is you're a phenomenal salesman, but you're not a clear communicator. You're all over the map, and I don't think we'd be great partners. For that reason, I'm out.
It's not a good set of circumstances for us that you're out of money, right? So it's not a fit for me. I wish you guys the best, but for those reasons, I'm out.
You haven't even seen the best thing about this product. Our patents do not just cover the shaving industry. Our patents cover the entire aerosol industry out there.
Cleaning
Multiple
products.
billion-dollar industries that our invention changes. Rather than an hairdresser just being like a little stream, it's a power hairdresser.
The note is take a shot on the shaving. That was your dad talking to you from beyond the grave, which was very moving. I've been on Shark Tank for 14 years. I've never heard a story like this. So the shaving category that you're competing in is incredibly crowded and dominated by behemoths. It's a really big challenge. I'm not going to take that journey with you. I'm out.
Well, okay, so wait a second, because I have carpet cleaner, spot remover, whatever it's called, that has like the rubber bristles on it, and you squirt it, and then it's foam, and you scrub it. So I'm kind of curious as to how they got that, unless it doesn't include like plastic / rubberized bristles. The sunscreen, I don't know if I would. I don't know. Do you need that for sunscreen? Like that seems. There's aerosol already. I don't know. I guess that could be a way to apply it. I feel like I'd be tickling, like especially like trying to do it on the kids. Like I feel like I'd be tickling the kids more than getting it on them. Spray paint, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's a move. I just don't know that's enough to move the needle.
I see a lot of challenges with it. I wish you all the best, but I don't want to be in the shaving cream business. So, Mike, it's not for me. I'm out. But I think Lori still has a minute.
I'm left. I really like the interchangeability of this cap onto anything, and I like the thought of that there are other things that you can do with it and that you have a patent. Now, all that being said, you don't have many sales. You haven't proven this, but I also look at it as your family and you don't have a lot of experience in the consumer product world. I'm going to take a real flyer on you, Mike, because this is really not like something I ever would think I would invest in, but 40? I also know good product when I see it. So I'm going to give you a royalty deal, but it's not like Kevin's. I'm going to give you $1 million for 100% of your company.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
And I will give you a royalty of 3% of the net sales for life.
Wow.
I'm going to give you $1 million to buy out your patents, the product, the everything.
Yowza.
Wow, that is pretty incredible. We don't see that very often here on Shark Tank. Yeah, I mean, that could be 3% net sales on any product that they go and get the rights for, sell the rights to it, to make it. That's pretty good to me. I mean, you can certainly, when you start talking about tens of millions of dollars in sales, like, yeah, that's to do nothing, and you got $1 million up front. I mean, you're gonna get like 600,000 of it, but 600,000 recoups your 400,000 investment, and maybe you have something else in mind. You go and you create some other problem. You go and solve.
They give you $1 million to buy out your patents, the product, the everything.
Yowza.
You won't have to do anything anymore. I will try to give it a go. I'm pretty good at this kind of thing. And then I will give you 3% of net sales on whatever I sell for life. My decision, though, was based on that this is probably the coolest shaving experience I have ever felt. It is really wonderful.
Yes or no, Mike? $1 million.
You can counter some, Mike, too.
Would you be willing to do that offer where we can have 5% equity of our company still? And that way it guarantees us that we can carry on our legacy.
That's very smart, Mike. That's called schmuck insurance.
And explain why that's so smart, Mark.
Because if it turns into an amazing deal, you don't want to look like a schmuck because you gave away the whole thing, right? And so by retaining 5%, when Lori turns this into a $10 million or $20 million company, then your 5% is actually worth something.
Mike, you don't even need that because I am the royalty king. Let me explain what happens. If she gets bought out by a big shaving company, they're going to want to buy out your
That's
royalty.
true, too. That's
and
true,
that
too.
is your schmuck insurance.
Yeah, you're right.
You get
He's right.
advanced all of that royalty into one check.
So
Super nice of Mr. Wonderful to impart that. And we've seen this with because I think I asked this question before about the Wicked Good Cupcakes, which I've been meaning to get her on the show. We just had the scheduling has not worked out, but I haven't even done her pitch yet here on this channel, so I want to get around to that as well. But I forget what the amount Kevin took because he was a royalty only deal, and so he has a price that he wants to get when that comes out. So I don't think that asking for 5% is terrible. Maybe you drop it down to 1%. If she's not willing to give up 5% on the $1 million deal. 3% net sales is still pretty awesome.
technically, I mean, you don't have to do that. But if you want schmuck insurance, so to speak, then I would come down in the money I'm giving you because now you're retaining 5% of your company, right?
Not much, Lori.
So, well, he came in asking
$50,000.
for $300,000 for 10%.
So now you're $950?
I would go down, no, $700.
Oh,
that's a
come on,
big dip.
Lori. Come on.
What do you want to do, Mike?
I'm willing to risk $300,000. I still want to have equity in this company, along with my brother. It's worth over $100 million easily. Lori, I take that deal, but I'll take it with the $700,000 because I know that this is going to be more than that, and we can still retain 5% equity of our company.
Wow.
All right.
Good job, Mike.
Wow. That
I bet you didn't expect that
This
today.
is amazing. Oh my God.
That's
This is so
awesome.
incredible.
Amazing.
Take the shot, Mike. Take the shot.
We're taking the shot, Lori. Thank you.
We're taking the shot, Mike.
What would your dad think of this moment?
I think he's damn proud. And in fact, I know. In fact, I even wore his ring here today with me so he can be with me. And I know he's standing next to us right now. And he's saying, way to go, you two knuckleheads. Let's go.
You're gonna do it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
I just can't wait to celebrate with my mom and my brother. It's come full circle. And here we are, and we're ready to move forward. And as a family, we're going to take that next step. And I know that this is going to become something even greater than we all imagined.
That is pretty awesome. So just to go back real quick, what was the final deal there was 700,000 for 95%. Oh, is it not gonna? There it is for 95 and the 3% royalty plus 3% royalty. And I'm writing it down just in case, Mike, you reach out and we have a conversation. I have written down here in my notebook. But absolutely awesome to see. Now, I'm curious the big question to me is did they get the deal done in time for Shark Tank? Because it's a pretty big deal, right? Like you go on Shark Tank and then you see, I love how it shows the product right at the top. It's already been seen on Good Morning America, Shark Tank. And today, Shark Tank's right there. You see people, faces, love seeing, so they have their own kit. As a gift set, or I guess you could just get the cap. So I'm definitely going to give it a try. It doesn't hurt, I don't think, to try it out. I'm really curious as to how. Okay, so the Gillette one with like the twist cap shows right there. So it should work. So $25, I can get me a wood grain. I know, love me some wood grain. Anyway, let's check out their Facebook. They got 5,300 followers. That's awesome. Quite a bit of engagement there with their Shark Tank post. Be game day ready. What stadium is that? Doesn't say what stadium that is. But over on Twitter, we got 178 followers, 5,000 followers on Instagram, which is good to see, and then the 61 subscribers over on the YouTubes. Anyway, Mike, I'd love to have you come on the show and tell your story, tell your Shark Tank story. Just drop a comment down below, like Greg S., who says, congrats on 10,000 subs. Been binging your channel for about a week now, going through rough times with depression, but your content is a good distraction. Thank you. Greg, I am so sorry to hear that. As somebody who has had many bouts with depression, going back to even being a young kid, I know at least a little bit of what you're going through, and I know it's tough and I know it's rough, but I can promise that on the other side, it will always be better if you stick through it. Just continue to have a positive attitude and a positive just sentiment that like things will be better because I am in control of what I'm in control of. And it's something that I always have to remind myself of, because I can't, live my life through the eyes of what other people expect or feel. So whatever you're going through now, Greg, I'm really sorry to hear that. If you want to reach out and just have somebody to vent to, hit me up over at joepardo.com/contact. I'd love to, just be, if anything else, just a sounding board for you. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care and go be super.